I met a gypsy.
When you were talking about, guys kind of like doing their own thing and being themselves, how funny is free agent Kenny?
Oh, I know.
He's going
He's just
fucking ham, bro.
he's killing it right now. That's like, you know what's so funny is like, so he's in a good spot. Like he's where his algorithm on his Instagram is just peaking, right? Everyone wants to know like, what is Kenny gonna do? And it's funny because I remember when I was a privateer and like, dude, I had so many supporters. It was insane. People always love you when you're down, you know what I mean? And I had so many supporters. And then it was like, once I got that factory right, it was just like, like obviously I still had a good fan base, but it was like, everyone loves the underdog. So like Kenny right now, he's just having fun with it. He's on the Yami, he's on the e-bike, all that. So he's in a fun spot right now, even though it's not really fun to be in that position, but he's definitely like, having fun with it, which is really the only way you can do that,
Yeah, well, I think like he's actually riding another brand of bike today, a completely different color.
Is he still in Europe?
But
no?
like, no, he's back in the States. I was actually talking to him yesterday before he was leaving Europe. But yeah, I mean, the fans is just so behind him. Like everyone's behind him, and I think that he talking about playing your cards right, like pulling the deal with Honda. Like I did hear exactly what the deal was. So now I'm like, I've done all the numbers and I've like worked out in my head. I'm like, fucking fair play to your son. Like it was like a proper deal, like I actually thought he was walking away from something a bit shitter than what he was. But like to do that, to back yourself, he obviously made some good money in, WSX and then Paris, but to just like fully have that autonomy. And the thing is like, this is, I think, one of the cool things. And we sort of saw it with Chad, but I reckon Chad probably just tried to go a bit too big with 2-2, where it's like, you kind of had a guy that had a bunch of money, mate, like he's sweet, like doesn't really need a ride. And it's not like he needs a factory bike because Showa's going to give you the suspension. You're still going to get all the shit. And he kind of just got to like do his own thing. I think Chad just tried to go too big. But now Kenny's in like this crazy sick position where he doesn't have to, like, he's fine with money. Like, he could pay for his own shit all next year. No one give him $1. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. But now he gets to, like, pick and choose. He can talk shit. He can fucking ride this bike and that bike. And he can, like, keep everyone kind of going. But when it ultimately comes to racing, like, he's fully in the driver's seat. And, man, he looked good at Bercy. Like, not many people are run Tomac down. Like, it's obviously, and he was saying that he finally got to do what he wanted to do to the bike. So, I mean, there's so many times where a rider says that when they're struggling, and then you're just like, whatever, bro. Like, it can't be the bike, So he's in this crazy position, but now he's actually, like, look at the fan engagement and, like, look at the shit that he's, like, created. It's fucking unreal.
No, he's in a good spot right now, and, like, yeah, I mean, Paris, that was some of the best riding I've seen him do in a long time. And that's a full firepower bike, So that makes me feel good. Like, okay, our bike can win. Our bike's good. So that was cool. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does. I'm even interested because it's like you just rode your best that you've ridden all year, ran down Tomac. He didn't beat you once on, was it Sunday? And then you're gonna get off that bike and go ride something else. It's like, it's interesting. Like, there's rumors of Suzuki. There's a Cowie PC bike, or there's all these different rumors. So it's hard the only thing that makes it hard for him, because his relationships with Fox and Red Bull, I don't see him ever giving those up. But who knows? No. But I mean, he's been with Fox and Red Bull his whole career, and to give it up at this stage would just seem silly. But that's the only thing that hinders him with a factory Yamaha. Well, it's the Red Bull and factory Yamaha, right? Factory Cowie, Monster. It's hard there's not a lot of places to go with the Fox and the Red Bull. So it's kind of, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I just don't think that you need it. Like, I just don't think that you need the factory bike. Like, don't go to a team. Who gives a fuck? And then don't get a semi. Like,
well, not everyone's
real expensive.
Not everyone's in a Kenny position where he can go privateer and still have lots of money, though. You know what I mean? But it was cool to
Yeah.
see him in Paris, like when on a non-factory bike, that it can be done, you know. And the same as Brayton. Brayton rode really well there too. Like beat both the KTM guys. I was like, damn, like it's impressive.
Yeah, well, and you always, I think the thing that must feel good for him is that when you complain about the bike all last year and then you become like, you just get ridiculed for blaming the bike, and then you go out and then you get to set it up the way you want it, and then you fucking wax Tomac. Then he gets to sit there and be like, I told you. Like, that would feel good.
Yeah, it would feel good for him for sure. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's just cool to see a guy that's in that position doing the free agent thing. Like, you never see it. Then there's 2 series that you can play off as well. Like, do you just do all the I've said that I think the move is just do like 7 AMA and then just concentrate on the World Supercross, and you know, like, that'd probably be stoked.
He doesn't need to race World Supercross, mate. He don't need to race World Supercross. He can go do the outdoors, do what he has to do, because I'm racing World Supercross, okay? We don't need him out there.
True.
But when I spoke to him, he was pretty committed that he wanted to still do outdoors. So I think that was the last I spoke to him. He was like pretty committed on doing outdoors still. And I think World Supercross overlaps with some outdoors, right? Or, I mean, I don't think they have a schedule.
Yeah.
I think that would be the plan.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.